Hello YouTube, and finally it is Monday, which of course means Motivation Monday. Today I have a video for you that is sort of for the more advanced, hustlers and grinders out there, because today we're actually gonna go through a practical framework for achieving your dreams and visions. So if you haven't already figured out what you want in life, then you probably need to do that first. Take some time, go through my other videos in order to visualize what you want in life. But if you do know what you want in life, if you are sort of an avid YouTube watcher, then perhaps you have seen all sorts of clips from various YouTube creators that talk a lot about visualizing, manifesting, and things that are good and motivating, but they are not super clear nor practical. They are often about sort of having faith in the universe, getting into the right mindset, but on this channel we are going to talk more about these sort of concrete, practical, applicable ways of getting what you want, or at least what you think you want. So if you are a beginning sort of entrepreneur, or whatever in life, you are an athlete, or there is something that you want to achieve that you currently don't have. Of course, according to the manifest idea, you should sort of delude yourself into already having it, but we're not going to go into that right now. We're going to do it systematically. We are going to ask 3 questions, and the first sort of vibe is, oh my god, no, not suffering and not sacrifice, anything but those things. But relax. Relax, okay? I'm not David Goggins. I'm not here to tell you David Goggins things, to suffer eternally as if the suffering is the point. No. Believe me, this is good stuff. So stay tuned. This is an honest question. If you think about what you want, whatever that is, and if it pertains suffering, how long are you willing to suffer? Because in every sort of context in life, usually we have some sort of filler for it. So let's say that you are in a situationship, for instance, and being alone means suffering. Well, this situationship is a filler item that not properly enough satisfy your need for perhaps a fantastic relationship. Then the question becomes, when it comes to solitude and feeling lonely, how long are you willing to suffer in order for you to get this relationship that you want? If that question is none at all, then you cannot end your current situationship in order to make room for your future amazing relationship. Question number 2. What are you willing to do? So let's say that you want to get in shape. Are you willing to work out a lot and consistently? If you are an employed person and you want to start your own company, are you willing to work extra hard for a good amount of time? And if that means suffering for you, if you are not like some people that actually love to work 16 hours a day, how long are you willing to suffer with this sort of double period, double time before you can quit your normal job and just go full sort of entrepreneur? company. What are you willing to sacrifice? You cannot be both a lawyer or a judge and be a doctor. You cannot have one girlfriend and then have another girlfriend. Even if, let's say, that is possible, then you would have to split your time between them. And let's just be realistic here. You cannot live full time in one place and live full time in another place. Sacrifice is absolutely essential for every sort of endeavor. This is what we talk about when we discuss the glass full of rocks. So you have your dream, and I made a video in a different Motivation Monday on this, but basically you have a glass, this is all your time, focus, energy and resources, and if you fill it with a bunch of stuff like video games, like relationships, partying, whatever, doesn't matter what it is. Dirt is, by the way, just complete waste of time, like scrolling on your phone. Your dream does not fit into the glass. You have to sacrifice a bunch of stuff in order to make room for your dream. And this is not hocus pocus, bogus bullshit. Let's say that you are forced to work to sort of feed your family and whatever, and then you also want to study in order for you to get your dream job later, which is, let's say, a lawyer. Then, beyond, you can only keep sort of working and the essentials and get rid of everything else in order to study, because you only have so many hours in a day. This is a very practical way of thinking about it. And actually taking the time to sort of list out, what does this take? What suffering does it entail? How many hours does it take? And then, am I willing to do this? Am I willing to do this? And a lot of times, most of the times, if you just list everything that you want, you will say no on several things. And that is very important. It's super important to understand that, yes, I want this thing, or I want to be this thing, but I'm not willing to suffer enough, I'm not willing to do what is necessary, or I'm not willing to sacrifice the things that I have to in order to get that thing. This is the national gold that I won in 2017, bench pressing 182.5 kilos in the 83 kilo weight class. I did not have to suffer at all to get this. I very much enjoyed the process of working out. I didn't have a single bad day in the gym, but I did have to sacrifice a lot of stuff. I sacrificed relationships, work opportunities, economics, and of course a lot of time that I could have spent on various other things. I sacrificed other paths. I could not do several sports at once. You basically, whenever you choose something, you sacrifice everything else that could go in that spot. It's true for girlfriends, it's true for jobs, it's true for where you live, it's true for your passion, whatever. I'm going to show you a list that I made. It's color coded, and here we go. I'm going to use myself as an example. You just fill in your stuff. I had a nice job in 2019, but for whatever reason, I'm not going to go into it, I wasn't going to sacrifice my family for this nice job. So I gave it up. I instead sacrificed the nice job for my family. A nice job also sacrifices other paths, but we already talked about this. Everything sacrifices other paths. National goal, no suffering. However, you have to be prepared, or I had to be, and I was. Let's see if we can get this in focus. To do a lot of hard work, be persistent, and learn stuff. I did a little bit sacrifice my family in that I didn't spend as much time with them, sacrificed other paths, relationships, partying, video games. Everything means sacrificing phone apps. Phone apps is the devil, the dirt in your life that takes up the spot of everything else. Home renovation. You sort of have to do a lot of hard work. You have to learn. You have to persist. Not really much other sacrifice besides phone apps. Moving to a new place. You have to learn, you have to change, have to do a lot of, no, let's see, it's the red one. You have to suffer through uncertainty and loneliness. You have to do a lot of hard work, sacrifice other place of living. You have to sacrifice some friendships. Becoming a psychologist means suffering through a lot of pain, just like I'm doing right now when I'm studying law, which sucks. Have to do a lot of hard work. You have to learn, obviously, you have to persist, you have to sacrifice other paths. You don't really have to sacrifice much else, partying. And then we have YouTube. I will suffer through uncertainty, goddamn focus, ridicule, the possibility of failure. I have to do a lot of hard work. I have to learn a lot about YouTube. I have to persist. Sacrifice again. So ask yourself, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to suffer through? And what are you willing to sacrifice? In the specific context of what you want. And then, if the answer is no, I will not do that, I will not sacrifice this, I will not suffer through that, then let go of that thing. And if it all sort of adds up in a beautiful puzzle, where you are willing to suffer through the things you have to suffer through, you are willing to sacrifice the things that you are having to sacrifice, and you are willing to do the things that you have to do, then just go for it. And this is all encompassing. If you can identify everything and it fits and it passes through the test, then you will make it. You absolutely will. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow for training.